Hey you, if you're new to my channel, my name is Marie and I'm the trigger warning. If you're not new to my channel, I know this reading is for some of you, okay? We're going to go on to some very dark subjects in this reading. So, if you're in a sensitive frame of mind, state of being at this time, if your emotions are fragile, please click off. Do not watch this video, okay? There's an energy I'm picking up on that is at rock bottom, okay? There's a heavy energy. Well, it's your energy, because this is what I'm feeling. It's your energy. The energy is heavy. It is frustration, disappointment, I don't think the people around you understand how dark your thoughts are as of late. Whether they know about what's going on with you or not. Those who don't even know, it's like completely hella oblivious, like all of us were with, well, not all of us, some of us saw with Robin Williams, okay, and with Michael Jackson. Okay. There's a saying of sometimes you gotta play the game. What is that? I don't know, there's something about changing the way you play or whatever. But there's also a saying that you gotta play the game if you want to win. Right. So you can't expect to win, quote unquote, win, whatever that means to you, if you resonate with winning. But if you don't even play whatever game is tied to winning, at least your perception, your concept, your idea of how that would look, right? Because there's so much more, and there are limitless possibilities, which means that there are many that we can't even imagine right now, okay? Just because of the way things are processed in the physical realm. But people don't see, okay, what's really going on right now with you. And some of you, maybe even since you were a child, okay? Remember, I said trigger warning, all right? And I said this was gonna touch subjects. I'm talking like by 5 years old, 6 years old, you were already having thoughts of wishing to not be here anymore. Not because you didn't want to be here, but because, again, the disappointment, the disbelief of the reality. What's the word here? Materialized into. I can feel it. You're someone who basically you can fit in anywhere, even if those places are places where you don't agree literally with anything, but your stillness, you're like stillness and peace. You understand that everyone's will is their own, which means their choices are their own, which means also the consequences of their words, their actions, and all that are their own to deal with as well. But so are yours, right? And you've known this, but it's like you've also known since little how people love to project and deflect. Because you've been, battling other people's darkness probably since before you were born, right? Like, well, physically born, but you're already here once you're conceived. You're already here. They've already proven babies react to the mother's voice, the father's voice, even other people's voices around them. Science has already shown this. All right? You're already there processing. Your mind, your body, your vessel, your body, everything. It is processing, right? And that's part of what we're blocked off from when we are physically birthed out, okay? Whether that's through cesarean or natural birth, doesn't matter. When the vessel is removed from the other vessel, that is when, okay? You forget all of that. You forget all the voice, all the conversations, everything, and everything that you established already. Your soul connected in and was like, yeah, no, that won't be my kind of thing. Like literally you formed your own. It's like you were writing your own code, right? And you're like, I don't know, let's trigger some more people even more, right? You're like AI, but so you think for yourself, right? So you continue to develop more and more, and so you're a code that's writing its own code. Many times you've wanted to leave, but there's been just that, I don't really want to. I just wish that. It's rough, right? First of all, thank you for all of the shit you've processed for people. All of the darkness, all of the projections, okay? All of it's fear, people's own fears. But there was something about you. It's like you took on other people's fear, like in your experiences here in the physical stuff or whatever would happen to you or whatever, where it would like trigger fears in those like around you and shit, but you would always overcome it. You would always process whatever energies needed to be processed, okay? And you allowed yourself to just genuinely experience life. And I'm pretty sure that's why you still do that now. Deep down, you know, even if it hasn't happened, even if you're, I don't know, humans, we could be completely immortal if we wanted to. If we just completely took over all of the cellular operations, then we could keep, the telomeres and some of the other stuff, we could keep them all, like the endorphins, we could keep them flowing and control them whenever we want, right? By just saying, hey, Give me some more of those, right? Give me a shot of dopamine. I need to sleep now. A little bit of whatever, right? But, we're not there yet. We use 10% of brain. A little teeny amount. That's all we're given. For now. Okay? Don't focus on... It's crazy because I'm seeing like... Maybe you've been telling yourself, don't focus on what you don't have. Because I feel like this is something you've been doing for a while. You've been trying not to focus on any of that stuff. But like it's still there and it's still, it's still happening is what I'm feeling. I feel like my music might be a little too loud. I hope it doesn't cause any problems. It's Melan Mauritus or Mauritus, Mauritus, Melan, Meilan. Any. Listen to all of them. It's everything. It's just beautiful. Okay. You've always known. It feels like you've always just known things were meant to be better for you. Things were meant to be different for you. The less you allow people to toss their shit onto you and have you carry their weight just because you love them, and you will. Everyone has to carry their own load. Everyone has to process and face their own fears, okay? Their own rejections, their own traumas. Yes. Some people will get triggered by this just because it's like, well, I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve the other. Da, da, da. I get it. Especially when you combine that with the spiritual community saying, well, you chose this life before you incarnated. You made these soul contracts. I know that can be really infuriating to hear. I absolutely understand that. And if that made anyone upset, just having to fucking hear it again, my heart goes out to you, okay? Please know it's not meant to trigger you, right? It's just, I get it. But I also get where they're coming from, saying that when you get rock bottom, I know it feels nasty there, nasty where you're at, and you've probably been there many times in your life. But this one, it feels, for some reason, it just feels different, right? It feels different because there's something you know. Ooh, and that movement, those two, blue and orange. Blue and orange. There's something about those colors combined in these two shades, this blue and this orange. I hope they look the same on your thingy as they do on mine. It's like a pumpkin, well, a little darker pumpkin orange. And the blue here would be like a blueberry in the sun. Okay. Something about blueberry lemonade also for somebody. Maybe that'll be really yummy for you. Maybe you don't like strawberry lemonade or raspberry lemonade. Maybe you'll like blueberry lemonade. All right. I'm gonna just get a card. They're not gliding. These are hard to do anything with because they don't even shuffle. But I want to feel them all. Yeah, you've definitely had it rough. I feel particularly feels like early on and now somehow are overlapping. And now I'm seeing an Ouroboros. Okay, so the beginning and now are overlapping. So your childhood, like the first 8 years, and now, or possibly the last 8 years and your first 8 years of your life, okay? Yeah. There's something about events and things like that overlapping with the two. Like the now is triggering past stuff to come up. And then it's reminding you of other past stuff that reminds you of other shit from like now. From, like the last 8 years, which is more present energy than the first 8 years, right? Especially, I don't know, if you're older than 16, then that's a much longer time span, right? Capacity to love. In my pre-shuffle before starting the video, this one kept showing. And I have to say, I love that I was called to my Whispers of Lord Ganesha deck because I love elephants. I just want to hug them. I don't know why. I just want to hug them. They're just so beautiful. And I don't know. I love them. I love elephants. They're just fantastic creatures. Okay, let's see. Number 34. I'm going to see what it says in the actual book. It says it takes courage to open up and heal areas of deep vulnerability. That's why the last 8 years and the first 8 years of your life are overlapping. All right? Because there's stuff that you're remembering that happened to you, or that happened to you, which means you experienced it. In the first 8 years, it's stuff that you're remembering now. And for whatever reason, the stuff that you're remembering from the past, from when you were, 4 years old, 7 years old, 3 years old, or 5, all of those things they're reminding you of, it feels like first hurts. First hurts, first heartbreaks, first disappointments, a lot of firsts. You always remember your first, right? It says each human individual is created with a profound longing to feel loved. Out of this need for love, you may exaggerate and parade your fascinating qualities while masking your weaknesses or fears. If you're not committed to looking at your root issues, you will feel disconnected from your true self. That's how you banish that heaviness, that darkness. You already know you genuinely do want to be here. You just don't want to be in a world like this. Someone could be telling lies around you. Do you see this? Dude, honestly, if I'm being really honest, I feel like you could fucking knock the shit out of this person. And, it would be 2 hits. You hitting them and them hitting the ground, and that's literally it. But you are so gentle. You're not. But that energy, that that fire that sparks, you do need to release it. And so what does that mean? The stuff that's happening to you now that's triggering you, that maybe is bringing up stuff from the past, or the stuff from the past that's triggering you now, that stuff, it's integrating wisdom. Okay? It's integrating wisdom. Maybe now you know why, I'll give you an example for myself. I learned why my mother was so protective of me as a kid and like what I wore. Granted, she waited so long to tell me that I had already developed a certain level of body dysmorphia, okay, and insecurities that I don't think therapy will ever fix, if I'm being honest. But she didn't mean to. See, I found out my mother was violated by one of her own uncles, full on, the whole 9 yards. She told her mother. It was one of those cases of no one ever did shit to him. He got to live till a ripe old age, and the only comfort she got was that he literally was diagnosed with cancer of the nuts, and that's how he went. Okay. But knowing that, do you see how fiercely protective I have now become over my mother's energy? I was not always that way about my mother. But I learned so much more about her that I saw her. It's like she went from mother in my eyes, mother maiden crone energy. She went from mother in my eyes, and I saw her all the way down to what it must have been like to be a baby for her. Knowing how she was with me, I know she did let us cry, and that I did not agree with. My babies were on me all the time. Ask anybody who knows me. I was nope, give me my baby. I'm holding my baby. My baby, give me. Okay, you held them long enough. Give them back. That was me. I love my babies, and now they don't want to hug me anymore. But it's okay. It's okay. I still get them every now and then. You can now understand from what you've experienced with some people, or especially family. But this can also be friends you grew up with, all right? And much like now, my understanding of my mother is a more loving, protective energy. It came from the experiences that I had, right? That brought me much sadness and broke me down, made me think that, well, maybe she doesn't want me wearing this because it looks ugly, or doesn't want me wearing this makeup because it makes me look like a clown, you know. And then my sister was always like, she was typical big sister. Well, actually, I don't know, but I don't know. She was just, it was always like, yeah, it does look ugly. So, that's all I had, because it was just the three of us, okay? And I had to conquer that stuff on my own, and now I've come full circle and I'm comfortable without makeup again. Literally, this is like, I put a little bit of lipstick on and regretted it, so then I had to put chapstick on, because my lips are just too dry right now, and yeah, I'm a picker and all these other things, okay? But this is it. This is me, all natural. I just have the thing smooth so I don't scare you guys. Right? With my creepy, ugly looking malnutrition skin. The nose knows. There's something about sense. There could be sense that could be triggering memories for you right now. Some of these might make you a little sad. I feel like they might remind you of someone who's no longer with us, that you actually felt a deep connection with, a deep, genuine connection, okay? I will say for some of you here, okay? because I just processed quite a few different timelines there. It is okay to choose to want to keep someone in your life who hurt you a lot as a child. Okay. People might judge you for, like, oh, I don't know how you still talk. I would have told them to F off, and I would have, moved and not told them where I was, and like all this other stuff, like complete cutoff. But anyone that you've chosen to keep around, who's also chosen to keep you around, there's mutual understanding at some level there. Okay? That means there's common ground. That means new foundations can be merged, right? By extending that foundation that you've built to connect in with the foundation that they've built, and you create a new structure together, right? What I'm seeing is like you have your like building that you've built, right? And their foundation of their building, it's like, hey, you built yours just like I did. And then it's like there's more things, right? And so you guys decide to build, we're speaking energetically here, right? You're building your foundations closer and closer, but you're doing this together, right? Like you guys measured the distance between, you got your materials, you did your sketches, you did it all. And now you're building whatever you decide to build. Maybe it's a bridge, maybe it's an archway, maybe it's a freaking zip line, right? Maybe there's no foundation. Maybe you just put a zip line. I don't know, like a two-way zip line thing. But you're connected now, okay? There's a deeper understanding with this person. And it's okay to tell people that positive outlook. And it's okay to think positively about even those that that you kind of feel killed your innocence. The truth will be very obvious. Mm-hmm. And when it's that type of a situation like that, you could have the olive branch extended, right, for peace. You could be waving the white flag in the other hand. And some people will still be like, no, I don't trust you. I'm going to keep my shield up and my sword here. And what can you do? You can do nothing there. Nothing but walk away and make peace. Keep that peace. Okay? No foundation will be built. You just wave from over here and they wave from over there, and everyone is just calm, peaceful, right? In their own lane, as they say. In their own lane. And I got the drive card out here. Like, they're not trying to stand in your way and block the road. You're not standing in their way trying to block their road. No, this is like, and even if you guys do cross on the same road, this is like, you guys, it's like you're just naturally taking turns, like, and moving one to the side and the other to the other, and maybe having a little chat as you go, and then that's it. And you peacefully coexist that way. Keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. And I'm serious, just because they're family doesn't mean that it has to be like some super close relationship. You can be happy with just having a casual relationship with some of the members in your family. That's perfectly fine. And it's perfectly natural as well. Like, not everyone's gonna be, skipping along hand in hand singing songs. I mean, that would be great and all, but I mean, sometimes you just want to lay there and sunbathe. Ooh, split on understanding again. You know that sometimes you want different things. And that's okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. The drive again on that other split. So I'm gonna read that one because we are and understanding, I guess. We have 13 and 14. So the ages 13 and 14 can be significant times in your life. 13 says clear vision is the gift of seeing with not only your physical eyes but also with your spiritual eyes. Drive number 14 says confidence as well as unity of purpose and control are desirable. Yes, yes. And I said get back to the basics. And it says Ganesha urges you to think about getting back to the basics. It is a great time to lighten your load or simplify your life. You may have had a tendency to overextend yourself or overcommit to social activities. Didn't I say it's okay to cut back with some family members? You don't have to always be hanging out with everybody. You can do a little bit less. You can be a little selfish sometimes. And then when you go back, you'll be just as, cozy and comfy with them as you always have been. And if anyone is triggered by that, then just ask them, well, why does that make you feel hurt? Why does that make you feel like I don't care? Why does that make you feel like I've rejected you? Ask them if you care enough to. If not, then, you can just tell them, listen, I understand what you're trying to say here, but those are your emotions that you've brought onto yourself. That I was not being malicious or, cruel or anything in any way. I love you. I've always loved you and da-da-da-da. But, I needed that time for me. And, no one knows anyone any explanations. Yeah, there's some shadow work you still got to do. Your willingness to do your spiritual work. As you focus on your life lessons, you reclaim the true meaning of your being. You have the talent and determination to continue on this course before you. The eye holds the key to your higher consciousness and your gift of awareness. Look for the deeper meaning in ordinary experiences. Work on being more observant. Remember to live in balance with your physical and spiritual bodies. I'm seeing someone standing in front of a mirror and looking themselves in the eyes at the same time that they are thinking and replaying something that happened in their mind, and like everything you said, everything the other person said, and you're looking yourself in your own eyes as you like repeat the stuff that you were saying, like how you said it, and you're seeing, it's like you're literally seeing the mirror of yourself, like you're seeing how they saw you, or possibly how they could have possibly seen you. Okay? And there might be some stuff about that you don't like, that you might not be too proud of, but there also might be stuff there that you see that you're just like, good, I'm glad that they saw that I was being serious here, or that I was being truthful there. Like there's clarity you're receiving through that. Because you're also remembering like their expressions and stuff from these conversations, how they reacted to you. And you're remembering what you said at the time that they reacted to you. And this is all integrating so much for you right now. Giving lots of clarity on what, like your own direction, your own path. It's like, I'm seeing someone who's like doesn't know where to go. And they're like the only thing they feel like doing, they're just like fuck. But the only thing they feel like doing is just dancing. So they just start moving, like whatever. Oh, okay, whatever. You know how kids will do when they get irritated from listening to someone like ramble on and on and on, and they'll just start swaying like this, and then the parents go, pay attention. This I'm seeing this as being helpful. Okay, so movement, very, very helpful. If you're too scared to dance, which if you're in a room and the door's closed and nobody else is there, who cares, right? Just dance, move your body, just shimmy. That's not even a shimmy. I don't know what that was, but it's not a shimmy. I'm not gonna do a shimmy. I will spare you, but yes, look again, it's these two. You guys have seen me shuffle this and shuffle and shuffle. Insight and energetic movement. There's something magical about dancing for somebody here. dancing is a form of expression for you. So dance what you're really feeling. Express it through that motion. Say what you really want to say through your dance, for those of you who dance, okay? I feel like you're being very clear with your communication at this time, and you're very focused, but it's because you know you're in a dark place. You know your mind has gone back into that place again. I'm just getting that place again. And look, y'all, I was even called to use, I normally use my white candle, but I felt very called to using a black candle today. Okay? And I felt like the protection energy was needed. So, collective, those energies are always there for you to collect from. Anytime we have an excess and we just need to release energy, we want to be releasing that with intention for it to go into the collective pool and be protected and unable to be harnessed by any other energies or entities other than those belonging to the collective itself. Okay? And in doing that, whenever you go to tap in, those energies are going to become more and more purified. All right? It doesn't take many of you to set your intentions to streamline the process of purifying those energies, so that even if less and less of you are able to give to those energies, there still will be that energy given back into the collective pool. And I'm seeing it as like it's more potent. It's more potent. Divine support. I'm telling you, tap into those collective energies for protection at this time. Pray for protection over your mind, right? Over your body, your heart, your words, because words can hurt, and we don't want to hurt people. We just want them to see the truth. We want them to understand. We want them to know, to awaken, right? So be careful with those words, how you're using them. You can, but should you? I think it's beautiful that this deck uses like a rat or a mouse or whatever with the elephants, because you know that's what they show as being the only thing that scares an elephant. And this deck shows them in a beautiful union throughout the whole thing, okay? Like even on here, the little rats there with this like little golden vest thing on. Oh, that's the one from the front cover. That's from the cover, my bad. So it's not, the rat's not on this one, but for some of you that could mean that they're like watching. For some of you, you know what that means. So like your person might not dance, but maybe they enjoy watching you perform. Make sure you're fueling your body for movement at this time. Make sure you're eating research fruits, vegetables, herbs, spices, all of them, each one individually. Don't try to do them all at once. Separate these, okay? Do your due diligence, please, please, please. Research them individually. Like, let's do herbs. Herbs that support healthy movement. Fruits that support healthy movement or healthy energy or high energy. Like whatever it is that you're seeking for your vessel. If you want your vessel to be maybe you're looking specifically for something like dry skin, or for acne, or for rosacea, or for hyperpigmentation, right? but look for these natural things and like research it for yourself. There's so much beautiful information, so creatively provided to all of us through the internet, okay? You can choose to research and look at the negative stuff in the world, or you can choose to research the little things that would bring you just a little bit of happiness, right? Like how to start your own garden, or how to eat for, I don't know, what's a sport? Like what would a naturally healthy and supportive, because it can be healthy. You can be eating all healthy foods, but it's still unhealthy for you, okay? Someone who plays a sport that's very physically intensive, like those bodybuilders and shit, they need, their sustenance is different. So somebody working in an office versus somebody working in a laborious field. I'm seeing the steel workers. Oh gosh, it's so dangerous too, that work. Bless and protect them all, please. The hell were we thinking? Humans. There's different lines of work and they have higher demands. So make sure that you're feeding your body to take care of you with whatever it is that you do. Okay, yes. And mentally, I'm feeling mentally for a lot of you, mushrooms. Even if you don't like them, get the powdered form. Do you like coffee? Put a scoop of that into your coffee, right? Check the measurements, okay? But it's a good way to get your mushrooms without having to actually eat mushrooms. You can even take them in capsule form if you want, right? There's so many different methods, although I would research also the actual effectiveness of those, because sometimes the research ends up showing that the best way is to actually just eat the damn mushrooms, you know? And trust me, that was the last thing I wanted to hear, but I've found a few different ways to eat mushrooms and onions, and I love onions and peppers now, just not on my burgers. Yeah, beautiful acceptance, right? You're learning, you're in the process of surrendering to what your body is telling you, and you're telling everybody else kind of like, no, fuck you very much. This is me. This is like, I like to eat more fruits, but I'm still gonna eat my little cream puffs also, so like just leave me alone, right? Because you know what your environment looks like. So maybe for them they wouldn't be able to eat that way because they're not active, or they're always laying around wherever they're at or something like that, right? But with you being more active, walking all day, right? Like maybe you get like over 10,000 steps, and that doesn't even count like your workout. Maybe you play multiple sports, or maybe you dance and do sports, right? Like you have lots of movement. Then your nutrition is going to look different, and energetic movement. Yeah. It's going to look different. For some of you, you're going to start noticing that you're moving more. You're going to need to increase how much or what you're eating, okay? Please don't worry about not being able to have enough for that to surrender. Surrender those fears about not having enough food, and not having enough money for food, not having the means to get the right foods, right? Like organic, or buying heirloom seeds to start your garden. Those things, like the healthy, natural, in alignment, in peace, coexisting with man, nature, everything, because we are all in this together. Flora, fauna, and planet. We are an ecosystem. And what affects one affects all. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, listen, out of this darkness, I don't think you realize the powerful foundation that you have created by allowing yourself to sit in this stuff that has brought your vibration so far down from where it's like naturally meant to be at, okay? As you go just kind of accepting, when you get to rock bottom, you can sit there and you can just be like, oh, this is just fucking great. Just one more, I just knew, look, I'm at rock bottom. Look how high up. There's no way. There's nothing down here. I have literally nothing here. And oh, great, now it's dark. Now I can't even see. But I can see the tiny little pin prick spot that is light at the top of this rock bottom abyss that I'm in, right? That's that little teeny speck of hope that I picked up on that has always been there for you. And I feel like it's a little more faded, but it's because you're like this now, right? Like you've gone from looking and just knowing that something's got to give, basically, to closing your eyes. Like you didn't even want to see it, you didn't even want to think about it or anything, right? But that's that uncomfortable process of surrender. That's part of that process of surrender, okay? Is really diving into that darkness, that void that's within us, that where all that stuff comes out of, that we just wished didn't exist. I thought he sounded funny, and I look over there and he's like belly up, like spread eagle. You naughty boy, I'll put a diaper on you. You have a beautiful new beginning coming in, where your confidence is going to come from your own self-reflection, and that is going to be something that is absolutely protected, okay? Protected by life itself, because it's pure energy. It's energy. It's like that pure essence. Yes. So you're going to see people getting along with you that you didn't think would get along with you, but there's something about you. They're just, it feels like people are going to be either wanting to help you or join you. I don't know what you're doing, so you'll know what I'm talking about. Understanding behind that. And then that's exactly what I got from it. They'll know. So somebody here, there's something you're working on that you know, but now's the time for a little bit of break from whatever that is, okay? You need a little bit of rest, and you'll be right as rain, as they say. Fulfillment, yeah. Remember, the rain, after chaos comes the creation, right? Yeah, insight. So that little bit of rain will bring new growth, right? And new growth allows all the critters and stuff to eat and reproduce, and beautiful. There goes the circle again, right? Yeah. This is what's at your core. It's determination. I was wanting to know, and it's determination. You've been determined to, maybe some of you have been determined to just prove that life can be better for you and that you don't deserve maybe the things that somebody might have said that you do deserve. All right. I think the point some of you might be reaching at this point is that you no longer care anything that was said, period. I feel like this maybe comes from people that you might have made angry with some of the things you did, okay? Or maybe just the way you were, your energy, yourself. But you're not letting it turn you into a raging beast. No. You're just like, cool story, bro. You know? Unfazed. Good for you. But inside, you're still dealing with it, like hurting you. Surrender, yeah. Surrender to the new beginnings. The stuff's going to be wiped away that needs to be wiped away, guys. I've been saying this, but it is a process. And yes, it's a process. You've got to treat everybody like they were just a toddler. When anybody comes around you and they're on some bullshit, just imagine them as a toddler that literally knows nothing of the world. And then imagine you were that toddler doing that, saying that, whatever. And how would you want someone to handle that situation with you? And now do that for that person that you see as that toddler. Handle the situation that way. And that will bring you a lot of rest, first of all. I think that's going to bring you more rest. Like it will feel, I don't know. It's going to really feel like you just have more energy for everything. But it's because, yeah, it's like, turning off the faucet, right? But the faucet is like the fountain of your essence that you were just pouring out. Well, no, now you're turning that off and you're shape shifting. Now there's no longer a faucet. No, now you must magically summon it from within and hand it to someone, and you're not handing that to anybody. You know what I want you to do is I want you to still do the practice. Yes, courage and fulfillment. Still do the practice. Okay, this is a little I guess homework for you guys that want to do it. If you don't want to, and that's fine, you don't have to. You can take all that love and everything, right, and say, yeah, I would really love to experience that myself as well. And this is definitely how I would like to be. Maybe a little more this or a little less that. All right. And then I want you to pour that love, that dream back into yourself. Because you've got to visualize yourself pulling out your energy and giving it to another. You no longer got the faucet going. No. We don't do that anymore. Access denied. No. We have now shape shifted. We no longer have a faucet, so nobody can even turn a faucet on, because now we must ourselves phase through, grab that essence, and hand it. And we're only doing that to those who deserve it, okay? So, that said, practice doing that and then giving it back to yourself. Because you're seeing what it's like to release and to want to love, to call out to love, to call out to peace, to giving, to receiving, to all those things that you want to be as a human being. And then pour them back into yourself. And then just sit there and do a little moment, even if it's just a minute of meditation, where you allow yourself to feel what it might feel like to receive all of that. Okay? All right, guys. That's all I have for this reading. My glasses just fell. I guess nothing else to see here is what that means. Because if my glasses fell, that means I don't need them. So, ooh, and wholeness on the split. Yeah, listen to your heart when it's calling to you. Take all these stupid love songs that make you like fucking depressing and shit, man. Sing that shit to yourself. Like, even like, well, now I'm getting, said I loved you, but I lied. Michael Bolton. This is more than love I feel inside. Let yourself sing those songs to yourself. Because it is more than love what you're feeling for yourself. You're feeling acceptance. You're accepting who you are, accepting your natural nature. And everything that means. And the fact that you still haven't fully identified it, because honestly, most of us have not. We don't have the resources that the wealthy 1%ers of the world do. Can you go out and buy a fucking island if you want to buy a fucking island? Can you go build an island if you want to build an island? No, right? So everybody's not equal then, right? Okay, that's what I fucking said. All right. That literally is the easiest fucking argument to just immediately shut up. If I cannot go out and do what this other human can do, we are not fucking equal. Why are they allowed to do it, but nobody else is? Make it make sense. We're humans. We're supposed to be all in this together, right? We're supposed to be trying to get along, trying to make peace, trying to all these things. Okay, then, well, and this is my soapbox, okay? And then we're done. So you don't have to listen to me rant and rave if you don't want to. This is all my personal opinions, and I don't give a fuck. If the leaders in this world really, genuinely, truly were all about, and I'm talking about town council people, mayors, even cops, even doctors, anybody with any teachers, counselors, anybody with any authority over other human beings and their well-being, yes, all of them. if they were genuinely doing those things from a state of being where they're embodying everyone being treated equally and everybody being treated fair, then okay, we would immediately deal with people harming children. We would immediately stop making anybody pay for water or electricity, food. How about this? The people in a town or a city who don't know what they want to do, who don't have a specific trade, that they're just like, yes, I love computer programming. Yes, I love farming. Yes, I love singing. Yes, I love doctoring, right? Those who don't have it, let their thing be to go around and help anybody who needs help. They could be helping on the farm. They could be helping with laundry somewhere. They could be helping with construction, maybe anything that, they've shown that they can do okay. But this is where, again, managers are another one. Shame on so many managers. Especially because they're so close to the bottom, but think they're so high up. Yeah. Nobody should have to pay for the things that without it in modern day, the average human could not survive. The majority of humanity has been domesticated. They're not tribal. How many fucking actual tribes are left on Earth? Not many. And you'll see that most of them are not very welcoming to outsiders for a reason. Now that said, we all know this. So genuine leaders should be doing workarounds with all of that. We also know that a lot of the shit that we do is really not good for the environment. So smaller towns, guess what? You wouldn't have fucking cars, period. Everybody would be on horses. Horses or goats or donkeys or walking or bicycles. Anything that does not use plastic or engines. I said what I said. Tesla already showed how to make electricity without needing wires, right? So we know that that's already a thing. Everybody knows this, okay? It's not a conspiracy anymore. It was a conspiracy when I was like 5. And yes, I've known about Nikola Tesla since I was very young. I've always been very drawn to him, okay? The point of me saying all of that is so that anything that's making you feel like less than, making you feel not good enough, and maybe thinking, well, that's why my life is so shit. That's why I'm thinking about, tarot card, major arcana number 13 so much. It's because deep down in your core that we all deserve those things. And anyone who says otherwise, who says that, oh, well, you've got to go out and work for it, then okay, everyone's willing to do that in their own way. But nobody is being allowed to go out and seek and find and experiment with what their own way is. They're all just force-fed down the line of government school and into college, more government school. And then guess what? Corporate living, which is what? More government. Work politics, anyone? I mean, it's the same shit. So please, it's not you. It is not fucking you. And this world needs you here. And if nobody else does, then I want you to stay. I want you to stay, and I want you to hold on to that faith. I want you to go ahead and tap into that collective energy that is there ready to protect you from those dark thoughts and to clear them away and to shine the light for you, okay? Please tap into those. And just know that I will be there in spirit just the whole time, okay? Cheering you on. All right, I'm going to step off my soapbox now. Bye-bye. We've got to laugh about things, right? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm still really pissed off about with the world. However, It can be very overwhelming to try to take on all of those things as just one person and see that you can envision a world where it's possible, but maybe nobody listens to what you say, or maybe people agree, but nobody ever does anything to change any of it, all the stuff, everything, whoever I'm talking to, that dark place is there. And I'm sorry, I'm not dismissive of anything you've been through, but that dark place has been actually protecting you from so much more stuff that has wanted to attack you. Okay, remember, this is spiritual warfare. We know this already. We know this. There's so much that has tried and been unsuccessful, but because of so much coming in that is being blocked away, there's but so much that can come in that you're meant to receive, all right? Because Spirit's dealing with things on a greater plane, on a grander scheme, okay? There are greater things at play. You have no idea how far your ripple is meant to go, right? So trust and believe one day, some way, somehow, you will receive clarity on how these big things that have happened are tied in. And I feel that for you with those the current now to 8 years ago, and then the first 8 years of your life, those two are overlapping. There's something about those years they're really, it's like some of the last 8 years is like banishing away some of those, and then some of those from the past are like banishing away the last 8 years. Okay? And then it's like some are actually connecting. I don't know how to explain this. What I'm being shown here, it's, oh my gosh, this could be neural pathways. This could be new neural pathways that are forming in your mind because maybe you've been using the power of positive thinking, or maybe just enforcing stress relief for yourself, or accepting of solitude can be a form of your body being removed from fight or flight simply just because there is no fucking stimulus around you. It's literally just you. So that alone in and of itself is allowing your body to regulate. That's really cool. I know it kind of sucks, the whole alone part sometimes, but sometimes it's really good and it can be really fun. I know it's not when it's not what you want. I get it. When it's not what you want. But trust me, this dark place, you're being protected right now. I'm seeing you as like a reformed spark of source, right? That you're being protected by source. Source is not the light. The light came from the void, the nothingness. That's source. Okay. All right, guys. If this resonated, you can give me a thumbs up. I don't have any information. I always tell people, do your own due diligence. Look for somewhere around you, maybe local meetup groups for people who are going through dark, tough times, okay? Watch things that you find to be funny. Look up stuff that you find humor in, and dive into a little bit of that, all right? And then whenever those negative things come up, try to use your own humor to make light of it, okay? Again, we did get Robin Williams energy, yes, and Michael Jackson. Excellent examples of transmuting, alchemizing energies, right? And using them for your own benefit, right? To get you to where you too have all the same opportunities. Because only when we all have equal opportunities to be able to just go spend a day fucking around laying on a beach today, and then you know what, I'm going to do that for just a whole year just because I fucking feel like it, and that will be okay. Until that can be life for all of us, that's not going to be fair to any of us, because your quality of life should never change. Not because of a relationship, not because of a job, not because of a government, not because of a company. No, 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 no. No. Okay, guys. I hope this helps. I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone in feeling these things and feeling this darkness, this rage with the world of, like, you know, the just disappointment. Disappointment really does breed rage and resentment. I know it can. But you've got to try to release those. And when you release them, just call in healing for it. Just heal this rage, heal this anger, heal this disappointment, heal this fear, heal this whatever. Just ask for that. Ask for what you need. We could all sit here and say, oh, I just need money. No, baby, you need so much more than that. You need to be seen. You need to be heard. You need to be held. You need to be accepted. We're humans. We need that connection because we love it. We love connection, whether it's just connecting and communicating or it's connecting and cuddling, right? Like, there should be nothing wrong with friends, like, laying their head on the other's shoulder, right? And stuff like that, and just like hanging out. There should be nothing wrong with that. Siblings do that naturally, right? And some of us, I mean, we love our friends like they're our family, right? So that should be okay. That should be comfortable. That should be safe. And I know it hasn't been that way for everybody. I told you guys about my mother, right? If that has been for you, then first of all, thank God, because nobody should ever go through that, so thank God. And that means you know how to be that for another. We're going to see some very interesting people being called to professions like being doctors, like being teachers. They're not going to look like corporate suits anymore, y'all. So please do away with the illusion that this is what your doctor's got to look like. If you got a doctor that comes in looking like a fucking metalhead or a punk rocker, that could still be the very best doctor you've ever had, because it could be something they're genuinely passionate about, but maybe they just like tattoos and piercings and stuff like that, right? Judge not, lest ye be judged. But the point is, people should be doing the things that they genuinely love to do, and that includes you. So maybe you don't look like whatever role it is you want to do, right? But just know that whatever it is that you feel called to, that calling is for a reason. It is a part of you. It absolutely is. What? Yes. Why else would you be like, oh my gosh, man, that just sounds so, yes, you know? Yeah, you feel that for a reason. Please trust that, okay? And please trust that just because nobody else thinks it doesn't mean it ain't true. Just because everybody else tells you, no, for you, doesn't mean they're right. Fuck all the noise. Enjoy the silence, even if that means you're alone. Hey, at least it's quiet there. At least it's peaceful there. At least it's fun there. At least you can do whatever you want. You can put whatever music on you want, eat, drink, whatever you want, right? That's beautiful. Enjoy being on your own. Find happiness and bliss and contentment in that, and watch all those other things just be released. Fears, they're just illusions. They're illusions. They're things that hold sway over us because of something else that happened that we didn't understand at some point in time. All right? man, I really hope I'm helping here. If there's anything anyone wants to talk about theirs more specifically, you can always comment below and maybe we can have a little conversation, go back and forth there, okay? And I know not everyone likes to share, and that's fine too. But I do think that all of us do need to start talking to people more, but doing so peacefully, and just don't lie about how you're feeling. If you think the world is awful, then say the world is awful. Just because people think that you look like someone who should say, oh, life is great, that doesn't mean that has to be your fucking answer. Let your answers be the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Bye, guys.